it is usually our opinion of an event or a thing that gets us into trouble, not the event or thing itself. So how do your opinions affect how you feel about yourself, about your creativity, about the world around you? You know? So take a look at that. Start observing on how you feel about how something was done, or if something was said to you that, or you heard that so-and-so said something about you and that made you mad. Why? You weren't mad until you heard that somebody had said, till you heard about it, till you formed an opinion that perhaps that person didn't like you. What if you just went along through life without that opinion, without feeling that misguided emotion? Because it really doesn't affect your day-to-day dealings. You know, what somebody thinks about you should not affect you, and nor should it affect your art and your creativity and your problem-solving abilities and your ability to think powerfully. You have it all in here. You don't need that external input. And if you're finding that you are going through life worried about what your neighbor will think about you, or worried about what your best friend is going to think about you, or even your spouse, then it's time to disengage that button, because that's just an opinion. That is your internal opinion about what you think they think. Now, so let's just disengage that button. Make it so it doesn't happen anymore. And which I realize is easier said than done. You're going, Lee, that's like, man, that person just pushes my buttons all the time. It's like, well, disengage the button. Don't have an opinion on what that person says. Just say, that's nice, just let it go, let it flow by. Don't try to grab it and hang on to it and make it part of you. Let it go by, because it's not part of you, it's them. It's their energy, their sayings, their misguided, perhaps, opinions. And in the creative world, we've all suffered from internalizing people's opinions of our work or of things that we've done, and especially as children, because when we're when we're children and we're busy learning and undergoing that whole tribalization thing about learning to fit into the community and fit into your class and fit in with your friends, you value somebody else's opinion highly, because that is part of your education and part of how you learn to fit into the tribe, which tens of thousands of years ago was how you survived. Today, it is a skill that will help you somewhat survive, but not necessarily. So you have to learn to cut off that skill, that inbred, it's internal, it's like hardwired in us. And yes, part of it was needed for early years and learning, but now you're not. You're past that. You're way past that stage. So now you have to learn how to undo it and how to let go of those opinions that you think are so important, and let go of other people's opinions of you or of your work, so that you can continue to do what's inside of you. And you have to just plow on, keep going. And I know it's hard, because we learn those lessons as children, and the teacher said something, and that's also why we get pushed off the path of creativity, is that it's that same thing. The teacher said something, the kid sitting next to you in class did something better, and so you formed an opinion. You formed an opinion of their actions, that you allowed that opinion to affect you. And yes, it was your opinion, but it's what gets you into trouble. So it is time to disconnect the opinion button and not let your opinion of other people's actions affect you. We all have our opinions, we all have that, but it's you have to let them go, and perhaps not even have opinions. Just say, okay, yep, that happened. They think that way, let them go. I think this way, and this is the way it's going to be in my world. And this is the kind of work I do. I'm this kind of wood carver, and this is the type of wood I like to work with, and I choose not to listen to what that person says. It's however it is in your life, you have to work with it and live with it and figure out how to let go of those opinions that you form, so that they do not cause you grief and trouble. So that's it. I'm Lee Kellogg. Stay creative, ignite your creativity, think powerfully, and of course, be healthy. I will see you next week. Bye.